So if you're in the same boat as me, maybe you've got a little social anxiety and maybe your communication skills are lacking a little, try this 3-step process and tell me if it works. Okay, so I'm someone who comes across very awkward in a lot of social situations. I get very self-conscious and it results in me either 1, coming across uncomfortable, or 2, not speaking at all. Now, a decent amount of my social anxiety has disappeared over the past few years. I would say I don't get as worked up as I used to get going into social events, but if I can't have conversations or feel confident that I can have conversations, then what's the point in lowering my anxiety? To me, the whole point in lowering your social anxiety is so you can create more relationships. But if I'm lacking the communication skills to do that, my efforts to be calm and relaxed are going to feel pointless. And this is where filming myself comes in. Like I said in my previous video, I'm not great at getting my thoughts out in a smooth, concise way. And so being able to have a place to practice that is going to be helpful, hopefully. And so my plan is to practice here, and hopefully some of these skills could transfer into real life social scenarios. I love a lot of things about creating videos, but the one thing I hate is this, the speaking part. I'm not a big fan of it, but I guess I'm not a big fan of it like I wasn't a big fan of vegetables when I was younger, and I just need time and a little bit more practice at doing it to realise that it's alright. I don't know if that metaphor made sense at all there, but one thing I've observed with my previous video is I'm pretty monotone, and I sort of already knew that, but through reviewing that last video, it almost makes it seem more real that I've seen myself speak like that, and so now I can work on that and try to add more variety to my voice and change the rate of my speech. Reviewing myself speaking has definitely been a help. Now I have noted down a few more weaknesses in my speech that I noticed, but I don't want to drag on about all of that. So here's a positive thing that I've noticed. I'm not as horrible as a speaker as I imagine. Pretty much all social anxiety is people being hyper self-conscious of themselves and convincing themselves that they're coming across weird, when in reality they're doing fine. The problem for some people is that they care too much. They put so much pressure on themselves to come across natural and relaxed that they come across awkward and anxious. And I would say this is something that I do myself, but through the process of creating these videos, I've realised that I'm not as horrible at this whole communication thing as I believe I am in my head. Another great thing about creating these videos is I know that I'm going to be filming these videos every week or so, and so that's given me, a lot of opportunities to practice this sort of thing. So if you're in the same boat as me, maybe you've got a little social anxiety and maybe your communication skills are lacking a little, try this 3-step process and tell me if it works. So step 1 is get your phone out and film yourself speaking for 5 minutes. Just talk about anything. Step 2 is to re-watch it, take notes. What did you like about your voice? What do you not like about it? How is your body language and how is your facial expressions? Just take lots of notes. And the final step is to record yourself again and take a few more notes. Review your past notes and try to do this every now and then. If you do give it a go, 2 things might happen. 1, you might become more aware of a few things you could improve, or 2, you might find out that you're not as awkward or bad at speaking as you believe you are in your head.